Shalom Chavrim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Thank you for those of you that have joined us here on live stream as well. Hope this hookup tonight is working better than usual. Very interesting broadcast indeed we have for you tonight. I want to thank Brother Yosef from Israel, an Orthodox brother there, who sent me information about one of the rabbis from the 1700s who prophesied some very unusual events that would take place right at the coming of the Mashiach, the Messiah, that is. And one of those events have already transpired, and the second one we are on the verge of seeing fulfillment of as well in the very near future. One of the first ones that he prophesied of, though, was that Crimea, that Russia, once you saw Russia take Crimea, then you would know that the footsteps of the Messiah could be heard. It would be that close to the coming of the Messiah. Now, let me quickly show you which Jewish rabbi we're speaking of here, and this is Vilna Gaon. He is also was considered a genius, which his name thus speaks of as Gaon means genius. The prophecy of the Vilna: whenever you hear the Russians have captured the city of Crimea, the times of the Messiah have started, that his steps are being heard. This is a painting right here of him. Also another painting here that was done of him as well. But specifically, oh, by the way, that's his great-grandson, who is alive today, lives in Israel as far as I know of there, Rabbi Moshe Sternbuck is his name there. But this is the actual prophecy that he states here. When you hear that the Russians have captured the city of Crimea, you should know that the times of Mashiach or Messiah have started, that his steps are being heard. When you hear that the Russians have reached the city of Constantinople, which is today's Istanbul, you should put on your Shabbat clothes and don't take them off, because it means that the Messiah is about to come any minute. That's pretty powerful. And especially in light of the circumstances that are happening right now as we speak here. We know that Russia has, of course, the downing of the Su-24. That's a Sukhoi Russian bomber, a Su-24 that was downed by an F-16 fighter on just this past week. Here on the 24th. We see several things that have been happening that we have noticed that we believe is an escalation of the tensions in the region. On the 21st, we saw that Ukraine bombed the power lines there, which knocked out the grid to Crimea. Keeping in mind that Russia has their naval fleet there in the Black Sea off of Crimea, so that was a major blow to the Russians there to be hit like that. It appears to be that there is a push to push the Russians into war. And it looks like that Vladimir Putin may very well take that bait and hit just exactly back with what's going on. Maybe more than one front that comes up with Russia, maybe on the eastern part of Europe there with Ukraine, Poland, Lithuania, different countries there that may end up being under an attack as well in the very near future. That is, if NATO keeps pushing at the urging of the United States Barack Obama administration. One way to keep the president in power, isn't it? To go ahead and start another war. So what's going to happen when Russia launches an attack on Turkey? I can guarantee you one thing. Let Turkey make one mistake of even shooting at another Russian plane. It will definitely be war. But it seems very obvious now we're at the brink of war with Russia. and Turkey. And of course, if that happens, the United States base is there in Turkey. Do you think the U.S. is going to sit back and allow Turkey just to get their clock cleaned by Russia? Now, Turkey does have a very formidable force there, no doubt, in the region. Question is Russia will bring in ground troops as well. It's hard to say. Following the downing of the Su-24 bomber, the Russian Foreign Ministry stated that the incident would negatively affect all aspects of relations between Moscow and Ankara, and recommended Russians to refrain from visiting Turkey. Cooperation in the tourism industry between Moscow and Ankara may be stopped. The Russian Federal Tourism Agency said Russia may also restrict or even ban Turkish vessels and aircraft from entering Russian ports and airspace, according to the Economic Development Minister's Alexei Ulyakayev. Friends, these are all things that happen just before two countries go to war. And we may see very well that the prophecy that the Rabbi Gaon spoke of here, we may see these things coming to pass in the very near future. That could be months away, that could be weeks away. It's hard to say exactly what will happen, what will transpire over the coming months and times there. But nonetheless, I think we're on the edge of it. I'm Stephen Ben-Hoon. You've been watching Israeli News Live. Shalom.